We're down at the New York Supreme Court in Lower Manhattan at 60 Center Street today, doing some man-on-the-street interviews for Reputations in Crisis. The name of this program, it's a new show called Reputations in Crisis.
Okay.
And the thing, instead of a person that is in crisis, is this thing we call COVID-19. What a pain in the neck.
Yeah.
So the first question is, how have you dealt with it thus far? Are you still patient in dealing with it, or enough?
So I live in Florida, and I used to live here, and I'm kind of glad that I live in Florida. And by us, it's, they had the mask mandate for a while, and then people kind of just left to their own devices. If they wanted to wear them, they could, and it's not as bad as everybody makes it out to be. But yeah, we kind of just, our parents are older, so we are vaccinated. We are careful about where we go and who we associate with, that sort of thing. But
I got to give you a follow-up on Florida to interject. Just yesterday, the governor in Florida had a press conference with high school kids behind him. The majority of them are wearing a mask, and his reputation to date regarding COVID has been, don't slam me. If you want to wear a mask, it's fine. If you don't want to wear a mask, I'm against mandates, but it should be choice.
Okay.
These students chose to wear a mask. They're
should be
young.
allowed to.
They're influenced by their parents as well. The governor of your state, who you're standing behind in a press conference, says, what's this ridiculousness? I'm paraphrasing, but basically what he says,
Yeah.
What is this ridiculousness? You got masks on. There's no need for masks. If this is theater, you should really take your mask on. But if you still want to put it on, you can have it on. And they looked at each other and went, oh man, my God, I'm gonna take it off.
Yeah, if you want to wear your mask, you should be allowed to. It's everybody's decision, So I'll have to disagree with what he said to them, but if that's how he feels, then that's how he feels.
Do you believe that a higher percentage of people are getting sick in Florida because of the difference in releasing the mandates early versus places like New York that are thinking about releasing the mandates this week?
I don't think so. I mean, California has got a crazy amount of cases, and yeah, Florida, if you want to go out and try to get sick, that's on you, Same thing if you get behind the wheel of a car. I know it's different, but it's really up to you,
Do we have a societal responsibility to think beyond ourselves and our own opinion to protect those most vulnerable with COVID-19?
I would say so. But I mean, at the same time, I know people who don't even want to come into the city because they still have to wear masks, and, businesses have suffered. Like I said, I used to live here in Staten Island, and we've seen so many businesses we used to go to years ago that are all shut down, that, COVID has hit hard. So where do you draw the line between being a business owner that you can't function and operate a business versus, people who are at risk? I mean, yeah, I don't know. It's a tough question. That's why I'm not a politician.
Two more questions. If you had to compare the reputation of Florida versus New York in dealing with COVID-19, who do you think has the better reputation?
Well, I think it depends who you ask, because if you ask Florida, they're going to say Florida, and if you ask New York, they're going to say New York. So.
And others who look at both of us?
It depends. I mean, I hate that it's become really like a political thing where.
Do you think Florida has a
ridiculous
reputation when you talk to people? Have you
yeah.
heard people say, "Hey, whoa"? Do people literally sometimes back up and say, "Oh"?
Well, at the same time, I know a lot of people have gone to Florida to escape the craziness.
That's
They're
right.
Like, if they can do their shopping online and still kind of have their own space. And New York's different too, because there are 8 million people in the city, or
some people
some ridiculous
a
number.
year ago flew to Florida.
Yeah.
To get their vaccinations early.
Yeah. Before
Stayed
they could get
for an
it here,
additional
right?
3 weeks and then went back home or somewhere else.
Yeah.
Because people in Florida weren't necessarily getting the shots in their own state, but they were available, and others flew in to take your shots.
I mean, I think, we work together as a country. It really shouldn't be up to the individual states, but at the same time, it should be, I guess. It's a tricky slope,
Can I ask a personal question? Are you
Sure.
vaccinated
Yes.
now?
My fiance and I are both vaccinated.
Well, congratulations. You got to come in the shot just for that. Congratulations.
Thanks.
How long have you been engaged?
A few months now. Yeah, December.
I'm so happy for you. And I'm glad you guys are safe. Thank you
Thanks.
so much for taking the time to talk
Yeah,
to
no
us.
problem. Like I said, I'm not in charge, so it's really, I wear my mask when I'm told to, and if others want to, that's great. But if they don't want to, I'll try to stay away from them.
Thank you very much. That's wise.
No problem.
please follow us on their YouTube channel and listen to our podcast on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and Spotify.